This book has two cases where Encyclopedia solves crimes related to national security. Nice! Sounds like he's becoming a famous detective. He should start charging more than a quarter per case.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
Case 1. The government sends the Browns to Latin America, where an American ambassador was just kidnapped. This ambassador doubles as a champion water skier, which seems like a weird combination to me. Water skier by day, ambassador by night. The ambassador was kidnapped on the way to a snow ski resort. The previous day, he received a number of birthday presents. They are a spear gun, ski wax, face mask, air tank, water skis, and a diving suit. Which gift belongs to the culprit? The ski wax. That was the only present for snow skis. All the other presents are for water skis. Case 2. Bugs Meany stole a bunch of ambergris. What is ambergris? I've never heard of it. Apparently it's some sort of whale secretion, which is found floating on water. I couldn't find a free picture of ambergris to use in this video. Huge shocker, I know. So here's a picture of a seal instead. They go to the beach where Bugs says the ambergris belongs to him. He claims he and the tigers dragged it from the ocean floor. The solution to the mystery is that ambergris doesn't fall onto the ocean floor. It floats in water. I don't like this mystery at all. There is no way that readers can be expected to know the properties of ambergris. However, the case does say ambergris is found floating on water ahead of time, so all the clues are there, so technically it's a good mystery, just a weird one. Case 3. The Navy has invented flying submarines, which are secretly being tested in Idaville. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. They don't explain it. One flying submarine crash lands in the woods. Bugs and his gang start a fight over it, and they push Sally into the mud. Chief Brown shows up. Bugs makes up a story about how Encyclopedia tried to steal the submarine. He claims they had a big fight over it, and Chief Brown doesn't know who to trust here. Really? He doesn't know if he can believe his own son over the career criminal? Chief Brown, I'm disappointed. Well, the solution is that if Bugs had been thrown into the mud during a fight, his pants would be dirty, but his pants are clean, therefore he wasn't knocked in the mud. Case 4. Encyclopedia gets a call from the gym. It's been robbed! No one was inside except 3 boys who were boxing. The theft was discovered because the culprit knocked over a lamp, making a lot of noise. The culprit is obviously Sally, because she's the 4th person in the building. No, I'm just kidding. Sally saw another boy run out of the building at the time, but she doesn't accuse him for some reason. Well, the solution is that the culprit was working with the boy who called Encyclopedia, because you can't dial a phone while you're wearing boxing gloves. The gloveless culprit must have dialed the phone for him. Case 5. Wilford Wiggins says he's going to make a model of the universe. It will have all the planets and stars in it. He shows off a half-inch model of the Earth, which is going to be the starting point for the model. The solution is that it's impossible to build a scale model of the universe. The stars are just too far apart. Even if one Earth is half an inch, most of the model would be off-planet. Case 6. Stella was holding a can with flowers in it when a big boy knocked her over. He accidentally dropped a stolen coin inside. Encyclopedia sets a trap for the culprit. They pretend Stella is baking cookies. She tells the culprit that the coin is in the flower can. When he goes to get it, he's arrested. Why? He heard flower can instead of flower can, so he knew ahead of time where the coin fell. This is the same stupid wordplay trick they used in Case 5-7, but it works much better here, as the culprit was literally holding a can of flour at the time. Although really, it doesn't work. Flowers come in pots and flour comes in bags. Neither one comes in cans. Case 7. The man who runs the local horseback riding group has been accused of theft. He was seen riding a horse with distinctive black splotches on the right side, and we know this because he got off the horse on the right side. He hid the stolen goods in a cave. Encyclopedia accuses the witness of lying about this entire thing. Why? Nobody ever gets off the right side of a horse. Really? I've never heard of that rule. That seems like a weird, arbitrary rule. What does the internet say? Oh, the internet agrees with me. Yeah, this is totally bogus. Case 8. This case features drunk birds. And yes, I was able to find a free picture of drunk birds, but not a free picture of ambergris. Go figure. So the culprit is one of Bugs' tigers. He's purposely getting birds drunk by putting fermented berries in bird feeders. He claims that he's innocent. He says, oh, we keep the bird feeders in the shed, and nobody's been in the shed for the past 6 months. He takes them into the shed, where there's a jug of fresh apple cider, and he shares it with everybody, and clearly this guy is lying. If the shed hasn't been touched for 6 months, he couldn't have fresh apple cider. That was my solution to the case. But Encyclopedia's solution is a little bit different. He says, apple cider ferments in 6 months, and this apple cider doesn't taste alcoholic enough. Encyclopedia, how do you know what alcoholic apple cider tastes like? It sounds to me like Encyclopedia Brown has been doing underage drinking. I think he's the culprit. Chapter 9. 2 kids in town are feuding over their famous president. One kid loves Thomas Jefferson, so he wants lots of $2 bills. Another kid loves Ulysses Grant, so he wants lots of $50 bills. They argue about the bills, and they want to write to every member of Congress, and these kids seriously need a new hobby. This is a weird thing to argue about. The 50 fan checks serial numbers on bills, while the 2 fan gets a drink of water. When he returns, he finds a note saying that his $2 bill is in between pages 57 and 58 of the gray book. But there are lots of gray books in a library. Where is the bill? This is a trick solution. 57 and 58 are 2 sides of the same page. Nobody can hide something between those pages, so the 50 fan must have just stolen the money. Case 10. There's a competition for people who like rubbing sticks in the ground in order to get worms. That seems weird to me, and even weirder, this is an international competition. Rubbing sticks in the ground is that big of a deal? Benny was going to use an axe handle in the competition, but his main competitor accidentally ran over it with his car. You can see the tire mark on the broken handle pieces. Encyclopedia waits for the competition to be over before saying it's sabotage. Why? Well, if the culprit really drove over the handle by accident, there would be tire marks, not just one mark. Clearly, the culprit ran over it with one tire, not both. And that's it for this book. Overall, it's really good. The only thing I disliked was the mystery solution about the horses. So I give Encyclopedia Brown number 8, Encyclopedia Brown Tracks Them Down, a 9 out of 10.